Hello everyone, welcome to my channel KSK Geography. Here we are at the end of the chapter, that is soil resource. As we have observed in the first video, we have discussed about the syllabus or course and content from the soil resource chapter. The last portion, it was soil erosion. So basically in this video we will discuss about soil erosion. Means what is soil erosion? What are the process of soil erosion? And what are the conservation or preventive methods of soil erosion? That we are going to discuss it here. So what is soil erosion? Soil erosion basically the removal of the topmost part of the soil by the natural agents. That's called soil erosion. But here human activities also sometimes responsible for soil erosion. So as I said, the natural agents. So what are the natural agents? Two main natural agents. That is the erosion by the water and the erosion by the wind. So wind and water, those two agents are mainly responsible for soil erosion. Now let's see what are the process of soil erosion or the types of soil erosion. Remember, basically there are three types of soil erosion. What are those? First, that is called sheet erosion, reel erosion and gully erosion. Now here one by one we will discuss what are those processes. So let's start with the first one, that is the sheet erosion. Remember, sheet erosion, it will take place in such places where the land it will be even. There will be plain surface. So when there is a plain surface, after rain there will be water logging. And when water it will remain for some time, the soluble materials from the soil it will dissolve with the water. And after that, when the whole water it will pass all together, so that time the dissolvable materials of the soil also it will remove from this place. So it means from the whole surface, the one thin layer it will remove like a sheet. So that's why it is called sheet erosion. Next, we will discuss about the reel erosion and gully erosion. Remember, reel erosion, it will take place in such areas where the land it will be inclined little bit. When the land is inclined little bit, it means water it will not remain in the particular place for long time. So after rain, the water it will make its own path, and according to the inclination of the land, the water it will pass. And in that situation, when water it will pass, it will make a narrow cut marks on the land, and then the water slowly it will pass through the finger-like cut structure. So that time it is called reel erosion. Now let's talk about the another one, that is a gully erosion. For the gully erosion, remember, land it will be much more inclined. When land is much more inclined, all the real water together it will join together, it will make comparatively deeper cut on the land mass, and the whole water it will pass together through the land mass. So that time it will be called gully erosion. Now let's see what are the process of soil conservation. As I said, soil is very important. It provides the nutrient materials to the plants, and from the plants it's come to our body in the form of food. So that's why we need to conserve the soil for our surviving. So here you see the soil conservation methods. So what are the things we need to do? First, we need to plant more and more trees. That is called afforestation. If you will plant more and more trees, so the roots of the trees it will hold the soil, so the soil erosion it will be less. Next, check on overgrazing. Sometime there will be many more animals it will be there on surface, and they will graze that natural vegetation. So in that process, the roots of the natural vegetation it will become weaker, and the soil erosion level it will increase. So you need to stop overgrazing, or somehow you need to check the overgrazing. Next, constructing dams or barriers. These dams or barriers we need to construct especially along with the river, because we know every year the river water level goes up and down, and due to that the side of the river it's broke down, and in that way we are losing soils every year. So we need to construct dams or barriers. Next, check on shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation is not good at all. Here basically what we are doing, we are taking the new land, we are cutting the natural vegetation and we are converting the land to the agricultural field. And after some time we are leaving that land and we are going to the another field. And by the time the abandoned land loses fertility. So in that way we are losing the fertile agricultural land. So that is not desired. So we have to check the shifting cultivation. Next, land use planning. That is very, very important. You know, different type of soil having different capacity. Different type of crops we can produce on different land or different type of soil. So according to the best use of the particular soil, scientifically we have to find it out, and according to that we need to cultivate different type of crops or different type of economic activity for the particular soil or the particular landforms. Next one, changing agricultural practice. Now how we can change the agricultural practice? Here you can see different type of techniques for agriculture or farming that we have to apply. So first one is contour plugging. Contour plugging means we will cut the mountain or mountain slope in such a way the height from the sea level it will be maintained and we will make the even land, and there we can do the agricultural activities that is very popular in the mountain areas. Next one, trace or contour banding. So here you can see it here, the land it will be cut as per the contours, as per the height, and in the different level and in the different layers we can cultivate the crops. So that will also help to counter the soil erosion, because if the slope it will be more, the soil erosion it will be more, because the water it will come down with the force, the soil erosion it will be more. So you can counter the soil erosion with the help of trace farming or contour banding. Next one, the crop rotation. That's very, very important. If we will cultivate same type of crops in the same agricultural field, so what will happen? That particular crops will collect the particular minerals again and again from the soil. So in that way, the mineral proportion it will be disbalanced in the soil, and soil it will not remain fertile anymore. In place of that, if we will cultivate different type of crops in the same agricultural field, so in that time the crop type 1 which minerals are collect from the soil, if crop 2 it will collect different minerals, so in that way the soil will get time to regain the minerals, as well as the proportion of different minerals it will remain safe. So in that way soil fertility it will remain, and we can get the crops again and again from the particular land. So that also it will be very helpful. Next one, strip cropping. Strip cropping, here will divide the agricultural field in different strip, and different strip will cultivate different type of crops. And as you know, different type of crops having different harvesting and sowing time. So that's why in that way whole agricultural land it will be not uncovered at the same time. So in that way soil erosion it can be controlled. So that is called strip cropping. Next one, the cover cropping. In cover cropping, the particular crops it will be cultivated in between the two line of different trees. So in that way the big trees or the trees it will give shelter to the crops and you will get good production, and the soil erosion it will be controlled. Why? Because the big trees roots it will hold the soil tightly, and in that way we will get the land or the soil it will be protected from the erosion. Next one, the following. Sometime we have to keep that land for as it is. So naturally the soil it will get its mineral back, and the land or the soil, it will be ready for future agricultural activity. So that thing also it will help to conserve the soil. That's it from the soil resource chapter. I hope this last 3 videos it will help you to understand the soil resource chapter in better way. But that's not end. I'll come with another video before the exam with important question, how to answer those question, even what are the keywords you need to use to get good marks, as well as the tricks how to remember the whole chapters together. I'll come with the exam revision video that will be very helpful for your board exam. For that you need to subscribe my channel, and if you have any query, any doubt, you can write in the comment. I'll come with that doubt clearing session also. Thank you very much.